Bawo, como tu tá? What is good, my people? I just listened to a Noah Khan NPR Tiny Desk concert, and let me tell you, my people, it was extraordinary. But one of the things I was struggling with was kind of determining whether Noah Khan was a country artist or a folk artist. I saw that Luke Seals dropped a video about 5 years ago in regards to the difference between country and folk, and I figured it would be good for us to check it out. But before we do, my people, do me a favor, hit that like button, and if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, notification bell. If you have any questions, let down in those comments below. Also, this video will be the first link in the description. Go show Luke some love. I appreciate you, my people. Without further ado, let's get into it. Dale.
Hey guys, it's Luke, and today we're going to be talking about music, specifically country music and folk music. It's recently come to my attention that these two genres are often misunderstood, so I'm going to set the record straight and teach you guys how to tell the difference between folk.
Before he does that, to my knowledge, which I want to see if it's correct, the difference is the instrumental. Country is a little bit heavier and darker, while folk is lighter and brighter. And we'll see if that's true.
Music and country music. So the reason these genres can sometimes sound so similar is because they both originated from the same place. That is, European settlers in rural America who developed these styles of music to accompany community dances and recreational events. They both strongly utilize the acoustic guitar as well as other stringed instruments such as the banjo or fiddle. Where the two genres separate.
And a big inspiration to that is actually Irish music. If you guys saw Sinners, you'll know what I'm talking about there. Yeah, so far, no lies told.
Acoustic guitar, as well as other stringed instruments, such as the banjo or fiddle. Where the two genres separate is with the growth of the country music industry in Nashville, Tennessee, which was broadcast across the country via the Grand Ole Opry radio station. As country music grew in popularity, folk music was left to develop on its own in smaller music groups. Let me preface this by saying that there are, of course, exceptions to all of this. Country music had a darker sound to it, with heavy bass and lyrics written by an outlaw.
Let's go to Luke, Texas, Waylon and Willie and the boys.
Country songs told stories about dusty roads, smoky bars, and lost love.
Well,
when I was just a
but folk music tells stories too. That's the whole point of folk. So where are we going with this, Luke?
baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die.
They often utilize the technique of bending notes on guitar, that kind of sound, as well as the use of a steel guitar, which sounds like this.
Gives that like Americana feel.
There was also another style of country music that developed in Nashville, which was much more theatrical and sounded a bit more akin to Frank Sinatra.
Sometimes it's hard to be a woman.
So is that Americana, polka, or country? See, now we're getting into the weeds here, and I'm getting confused. But listen, the hairstyles. I'm sorry, I couldn't let that one go. My intrusive thoughts won, and I had to point it out. Like that. Listen, I'm gonna run it back because that look at her. Look at her hair. What were you guys? Listen, if you were around during that time, I need to know what was going through y'all's heads, man. Y'all was having these outrageous hairstyles.
More theatrical and sounded a bit more akin to Frank Sinatra.
Look at her hair, man. It's crazy.
Sometimes it's hard to be a woman.
Folk music, however, in many cases, is much less about having a message and more about just having a good time.
Really? I'd say it's the opposite between the folk and country.
But on the other hand, you have people like Bob Dylan, who was the political voice for an entire generation. Folk's got a lighter sound to it. It's more plucky, sometimes fast, sometimes slow, It always feels like the kind of thing you could hear someone playing on their front porch.
Hey, diddle, I want you back, diddle, I want you back. So kiss me and smile for me, tell me that you'll wait for me.
Alright, let's hear some.
I think it's interesting that he's making the distinction between country being about telling a story, which it is, right? And folk being more so about like having fun. And that is juxtaposed to how folk music is for other parts of the world, right? In other traditions, where folk music is meant and uses means to tell stories. So that's why it's a little bit jarring for me that he's saying that. But I can understand in the American US, context, that is true, because country music is our folk music, our folklore, right? Whereas I can get where he's coming from, where folk being a means to like to use it for like celebrations and whatnot. So it makes sense, but like it's just different from how I'm used to understanding these two genres. But I have to look at it from the standpoint of like, hey, I'm American, I'm in the US, right?
More examples.
The midnight train is whining low. I'm so lonesome I could cry. And while I blow my sleep,
Interesting.
blue eyes cry.
Well, they have the same vibe. Man.
Rain.
You asked me to read this letter that you wrote the night before, and you really should know better, cause she's worth a whole lot more. Brother, you know you can't run away and hide.
So my people, this is where I'm going to leave today's video. But as I mentioned, if you want to watch the full video, it'll be the first link in the description. Go check it out. It is crazy how like 5 years can completely shift a genre. Where I feel as though in 2026, country music is now the music that's used to have a good time, to party, not so much tell a story. Think of all the songs about like trucks, chasing tail. Like beer, you know what I mean? Like partying, like alternative country, like, Tucker Wetmore, Red Farron, Chase Matthews, Morgan Wallen. Whereas folk is used to tell a story in 2026, in my opinion. Like Noah Khan, for me, I think he's a folk artist, not a country artist, but he's within the country genre. Yeah, man, it's mind-blowing. And I think that's why I was really struggling with when he said that country music is used to tell a story, where focus meant is a means to like to celebrate, because like it's not like that in 2026, in my opinion. Like the majority of like country pop is used as a means to celebrate, not tell a story. But again, that's just my opinion, and I want to know your guys' opinion in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next one, my people.